thank you for joining us on this kitchen again for F.P.B, Frank's Pager in Person. So we had a shout out from Shawna, our friend from Omaha, Nebraska, who wanted us to do pierogi. Now we looked into it. This is a Polish recipe, and well, I think I'm German. I'm not sure if I'm German. I'm kind of a mixed breed. So we are going to try this the best that we can. And out there are 100 different recipes for pierogi. There's American style and there's the Polish style. So which do we choose? So we watched Natasha, which Shawna claims as food porn. Okay, cover your kids' ears if they hear food porn, okay? This is kind of adult anyway. Cheers, drink. So, any of them. The main thing about pierogi is that you have potatoes and you have some sort of stuffing. And you can use any kind of cheese, jalapenos, cayenne pepper, whatever you want. So I decided I'm going to kind of do the mix of both. I don't want to Americanize it too much. I do want to keep it more on the traditional side. So Shawna, this is for you, baby doll. So the first thing you need to start off with is your potatoes. Now you can either peel your potatoes or
you don't need to man down, we're not using that. Or I'll find it like in a month or two. I mean, if it starts sprouting, I can put it in the garden. Don't worry about it, we're good.
I'm down to 4. Okay, that doesn't matter. I can grab another one. We're going to do 4 potatoes. And they say to use the rustic potatoes. I'm not sure what potatoes I have, so I'm just going to go with it. I already put my pot of water to the side and it is boiling. So we're just going to drop these washed potatoes in there. And I'm not going to peel them. You can peel them or you can't peel them. I think the reason why you don't peel them is so it doesn't get so much water absorbing into it. It might ruin the flavor. So we are just going to pop these little puppies in there. Don't hurt yourself. You can use anything to drop them in if you want to, and we are good. But apparently we are going to let this cook for about 15 to 20 minutes. They say when it's, you can poke it with the fork, it comes out, it's going to be good. So while we're waiting on this, we know that there's going to be onions in this. Okay, Shawna, I know you don't particularly like onions, so you do not have to use the onions if you don't want to. We're going to do bacon in this as well. And there's going to be farmer's cheese, and there's going to be butter, and there's going to be sour cream. There's a lot of good stuff. Am I drooling? I think I'm drooling. Okay, anyway. So while those are cooking, about 15 to 20 minutes, so they say, let's go ahead and get going on our onions. My onions aren't exactly the biggest in the world, and everybody cuts them differently anyway, so it doesn't matter. As long as you get that outside interior taken care of, who cares?
We're just going to go ahead. I'm just going to chop one up right now because those are the ones I'm going to put inside the pierogi itself. I do have a second one to the side that I am going to use when I go ahead and cook the bacon. Now everybody does this differently.
I am not a professional cook by any means.
So if you want one of those high professional cooks, go visit Gordon Ramsay.
Oh! That reminds me. So the information that I started looking into was Natasha's kitchen. Very Americanized, very preppy, overall she has a good stance.
And I know I have something for my onions, but I didn't save anything for my onions. Well, holy crap. I thought I had everything ready. I do not have everything ready, so I'm going to grab a bowl. And yes,
Sort of our kitchen a little bit differently, so that we can have a different look on the kitchen. Well, what I'm going to do, since those are still boiling, the first thing you need to do is your potatoes. I'm just going to go ahead and do the other onion. Why not? It's going to save us a step in the first place.
And I've been doing a lot of vlogging lately, and the reason why I went ahead and set up the kitchen this way, because we have all these young newbies, not newbies, they look like they're all 12 years old to me. They know the ins and outs of the vlogging.
And you need to check out our new media girl, Skylar, too. Give a shout out to her.
Since I have no idea what Instagram is, yeah, I'd be that old. Alright, let's go ahead and cut this up and get it ready. Dice it up.
Wow, those are pretty freaking strong. Did I have a shout out to the Polish chef? Woo! If you haven't, you need to go check him out. He is absolutely amazing. I'm going to go ahead and put these to the side. And as the Polish chef says, clean, clean, clean. Well, this is a messy kitchen. Why am I cleaning in the first place?
Screw it. I need to move my trash can. It's too far away. But this is... Ah, crap. Stay.
Wash my hands. So what we're going to do in the first, you have to work on your potatoes first before you do anything else. And since that is still boiling, I'm going to go ahead. Now, he doesn't...
I've got dishes everywhere. They always say, this is the simplest recipe in the world, and you don't have to do much cleaning up, but it's everywhere! I have shit everywhere. Okay, potatoes are gone.
I'm going to go ahead and do those onions. We're going to get those caramelized onions. Let's get your pan on a high setting, and I'm going to get some butter ready because we are going to go ahead and saute these up. So until then, we actually have absolutely nothing to talk about because we have to wait.
Hello, how are you? I'm fine. Page yourself up to the side. Guess what? It's my birthday week. I'm gonna be. Oh, you should announce that. Oh, you have to. What, 49? I just announced it. I'm going to be 49. I'm gonna go casino and lose some money because I can. I think maybe I'll win the jackpot. No, whatever happened. Right.
So my pan is heated. Look it up. Heat your pan before you put your oils in. I hope I'm not going to burn this because we kind of lost track of time anyway. I'm going to put just, I'm thinking about, it looks like 2 teaspoons of butter. We're going to get this in there and have it melt up. What I want to do is I want to go ahead and caramelize these onions.
No matter what I'm saying here, because apparently I have no idea, I'm sauteing. Sauteing, not caramelizing at all. Not caramelizing, saute the onions. Sorry. Not a professional.
I don't know if a lot of people know this or not, but once you cut your onions and you peel them, if you store them in your refrigerator, it's okay, but it does release some toxins. And that could be poisonous no matter how long you have it. So let us go ahead and get these nice and brown and caramelized. I want to use part of this. Ooh, ooh, we're stealthy. Okay, so what I want to do with this is, as before, we're not caramelizing this.
No shit, Sherlock. It's not caramelizing, it's saute. How many times do I have to tell you what it is? I mean, me, not you, me, not me, yeah, or whatever. Yeah.
When they start becoming brown and they start becoming translucent while you're cooking. It's kind of like until they become soft and you can poke them in. It's still not soft enough for me. So I'm going to turn on my potatoes actually. Get a little bit hotter. I know that a lot of things are getting really hot, but I want them a little browner.
Is that the same as the Polish dance? No, that's the chicken dance. Is that from the same? I don't know if it is.
Don't listen to me, I'm an idiot. So, these look pretty nice and brown. Now I'm going to bring this a little bit closer to you. Let me put it a little bit closer to you. See it? So, you see that brownness, and it's not burnt. It's just nice and brown. I'm going to go ahead and put them to the side, and we will be using half of this with our filling. And I'm going to keep the pan out because we will be doing bacon a little later on. And again, you just need to do your research. I don't have still on. Maybe I should put the top on it. Everybody else put the top on it. But what if it overflows?
Okay, fuck it. Holy shit. Oh, my tops are all underneath here. Oh, crap. Dirty Bob. Spirit.
Suggest that you watch this video through before you try anything, though. That's the smartest idea. Yeah. Like I'm Superwoman. Oh yeah, I'm doing it. Yeah, blood squirting everywhere. Ah!
So the potatoes are pretty much done, and the lid kind of worked. Put them aside. So the only next step you have at this moment, shut that off so we don't burn down the house. We're going to drain the potatoes. So, okay, this can get kind of hot.
Oh shit, careful.
Okay. Like I said, ow, I hurt my tooth. You need to let these cool off a little bit. Okay? So those are pretty much done. Just let them chill out. Let them chill out for about 10 minutes. And after we get the pierogi filling done, then we are going to go ahead and start on the dough. The dough. Well, and start the stuffing of the pierogi. And I'm excited because we made our own cheese. This is going to be very interesting.
Difficulties.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, look at it. Ooh, I went to my pants. Screw it.
So really quick recap. Let them cool. We have an impatient cook. So, but let them cool.
Well,
Otherwise
when you're hungry, you're hungry.
You will.
These good meals take a long time.
Your potatoes. Oh god, don't lose another one. We're having technical difficulties. It's hot. Peeling. Keep on peeling your potatoes. Just keep peeling. Just keep peeling. Just keep peeling. 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 Oh, 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 you love to peel. Peel. That really gave it awesome at the same time. Okay, I've got my 4 potatoes in there. And I think I have like this extra weird one in here that I know I have.
You are no match for me. We are a messy kitchen. Oh, I could use that. We could get shit done and throw it to the side. Oh, chickens get it. Oh, yes. We make big mess. Now, what do I need to do? Oh, yes. Now, we do important step. We need to mash. We're gonna mash. Mash.
Polish chef has the best masher I've ever seen in my life. Mash, mash. I'm making such a mess. Mash, 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 mash. Alright, okay.
Potatoes are mashed. Now. Good stuff.
Did you just get some in your drink?
No. Maybe. I don't know. We made.
Cheese, this smells so good. Get a farmer's cheese in it. What was it called in
Torog.
Pierogi or whatever cheese?
Torog.
That is traditionally how this is made. So I'm gonna put half of this in here. And believe me, I'm gonna make this again, and I will show a video to it. So once we have the cheese in, they also suggest that you put a little bit of sour cream. So I actually went ahead and got about 2 to 3 tablespoons of cheese in here because farmer's cheese can be a little dry. I know that the recipe that Shawna sent me asked for it to do mozzarella cheese. I don't really feel that mozzarella cheese has the best flavor to it. And after you do this, you go ahead and dump in your salt and pepper. Now they said a half a teaspoon of salt, and they said a fourth a teaspoon of pepper. Go ahead and add this in. Bam!
Love you, Emerald.
We do love Emerald. I love Emerald. And then we're going to put a little bit of our onions in here. And again, you do not... I douse myself in my food. Again, you do not need to do this, but this is... I thought it would be a good twist. So I'm actually going to put half... I had 2 small onions that I went ahead and cooked up. Now you just fold this into each other. So just sit here. They have those... You know what? This ain't working. This will. So I'm going to mash these up. You know, those fancy cooks, they've got fancy things so they can get everything fancy. But when you have a regular kitchen, we're lucky to have potato mashers. So I'm going to go ahead and mash this up.
Traditional. Oh shit. Because we mash the potatoes. And it's the only thing I know how to do. I'm sorry.
I think my potatoes are mashed. They look good enough. I don't know. Remember to always clean. You're going to take this messy kitchen way and get a... Then you must go ahead and place this in a little pan as such. Man. Bam! Emerald. Wow, I kind of trashed this place tonight. Anyway, you go ahead and take your mixture and you put it in the refrigerator and you have it there for like 10 to 15 minutes. Until then, we're going to start, and we are going to first. We're going to start our breading. Oh, this is scary as fuck, isn't it? Because, all right, you guys, are we ready? 4 cups of flour, 2 eggs, flour for dusting, water, bam, and holy crap, that is it. Oh, need another bowl. Oh crap, I forgot something. It's my big bowl so I can make my damn stuff. Alright, you take your 4 cups of flour, dump it in like so, messy kitchen into the sink. Now, the Polish chef suggests you take your 2 eggs, which yes, they are washed off before he asked me, and so the way that the Polish chef tells you to do this is take your eggs and break them into your water, like such. Go ahead and beat your eggs with your water. Now it is broken up evenly. Go ahead and add this into your flour. But before I do this, I'm going to kind of turn it into a more American style because I'm just going to use this. Make a little hole in it. It's just the way I'm accustomed to doing things when I'm making my noodles. Not saying it's correct, but that's what I'm doing. So go ahead and pour this in to your mixture. Now he says 1 at a time, but I'm still somewhat going from American style. Take your fork, and if you have a big Bertha blender, use that as well. Let's go ahead and just start mixing this in. Keeps with me, keeps with me. Now I don't have all the fancy things that they have to bring it out, but it looks like it's coming together quite well. Just keep on mixing this up. If it looks like it is too dry, you can always add more water. You don't want to knead it too much. It looks like, let's put our dust to the side as well too. I'm going to go ahead and plop this out. You're supposed to knead for about no longer than a minute, but to me, kneading is folding and using the palm of your hand to go down, like such. Have your flour off to the side. I messed that up. I thought that it was too dry, but if I would have kneaded it a little bit longer, I would have seen that it was just the way it was supposed to be. Just put a little bit of flour. Don't do too much, or else it's going to be an endless cycle of flour and water, flour and water. You want it to where it's elastic. So I poke it. See, it pops back up again. Poke it, it pops back up. Now you need this to rest. You can either wrap it up with some foil, and that's fine, but I'm just going to kind of cheat. I'm going to put a bowl over it. No big deal. You're still going to use your powder a little bit later because we're not done with that, but set it to the side if you need to. Messy kitchen is going back. Okay, we are going to go ahead and let this set for a couple of minutes. Now, it looks like it has raised. It looks very well. It's a little sticky, but I think once we add some more flour, it'll be fine. I'm just going to go ahead and cut this in half with what I have. Take the rest of it and make sure it's covered. It looks good. Poke into it. It's coming back. It's bouncing back. That's something that they don't show in the other videos. We are going to go ahead and cover our palette. Alright. And they usually have smaller rollers. Take your rolling pin, take whatever you have. You can even use a glass. I've used a glass before. And they start from the center. Okay. So, the second step, I don't have one of those fancy cookie cutters that they have. It should be 3 inches in diameter. I've got 2 options. I've got this little cool dabby thing and I have a glass. So, you want to start doing this as close as you can.
It's kind of like a crab anyway. It should work fine. So let's continue with this one. And then we'll cover some and help us with
Go ahead and take your extra dough. Whoops, lost a few. My bad, my bad. Get it in a big batch. Woo! Look at that. Alright, we got 1/4 ounce. Nice! So, now, take the rest of your dough and stick it under the bowl with the other one. Get this ready and start to boil it. Salt, if you don't want to add salt, that's fine. I'm going to put a little bit of kosher salt in there as well. So, this is going. Now the next thing you're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get that feeling that we put, and in the refrigerator. This is our mixture we had with our potatoes that we went ahead and set these aside as well. So if you set them aside, make sure that you have a pan. They have some kind of lubricant on there.
Good.
I'm bursting here.
Dougie's here. Decided on you have a regular scoop. It's either between a half or a full, and we went with a half. I've never done this either. You take your scoop and put it in the middle. I think
Go ahead and put the scoops in, and once we get the scoops all together, Doug and I are going to work on. Sure. Yeah, put the rest of the scoops. Oh, for the love of God. They're gonna. Here, you want to scoop the rest of them? All right.
I have never done this before, first of all. But the way they state is you pull this out and you can fold it over. Oh crap, I already broke it. And pinch it. So you're stuffing and you're pinching. Now you can go all fancy and get your fork to pinch it if you want to. But just make sure that these are where they need to be. You get them done, just put them on your pan that you sprayed. I'm just going to put it right there because you have your water to the side. We need to get this to a boil before we can even bake that. It's a two-man job, so we're just going to continue to do this and put this on the side.
Technical difficulties, people! What I meant to say was, after you're done putting all your pierogies on that cookie sheet that you had, go ahead and stick that in the refrigerator and let it cool off a little bit more. And then we're going to get started on the bacon and then adding the onion bits and butter in there. And that'll come up in just a minute. Sorry about it. We're getting taken care of. Okay, cool. Just a little longer.
I'm going to go ahead and start on my bacon. You can multitask a little bit. So we're going to go with the uncured ham.
Bacon.
Oh, sorry, bacon. Yes, the bacon. Thank you, Pager. And I am going to, because I like butter, I'm just going to plop that sugar right in there. I'm going to use the same pan that I have my onions in. I'm going to turn this up a little bit, let it get heated up. And I used uncured ham. You can use, not ham, bacon. Uncured bacon. But while this is ready and it's heating up, I'm going to go ahead and finish off with the bacon. Now, like I said, I did the uncured bacon. And we are going to go ahead and fry this up. And I am also messing kitchen. I'm going to also use some of those onions, put them in there just a little bit. And while this is cooking, the pierogi is going to chill.
Okay, Paige is outside. I have the bacon on low, bacon and onions. Well, we've had those incidents where we don't have the sound on.
So I had the pierogi in the refrigerator for a little bit so it could chill off while I was doing the bacon and the onion bits, okay? Boiling it. We are going to boil a couple of our pierogies. It should take about 3 minutes. Basically, when I throw it in the boiling water, once it starts floating, that means that they are done. So I'm just going to take a couple of them at a time, and I am going to go
place them in or
ahead
throw them in?
and put them in. So I'm just going to go ahead and dump my first batch in.
Get some bacon going.
And the bacon is going. I am going to, the bacon looks really good right now. So I'm going to go ahead and get this bacon off to the side. It's going to stay warm no matter what, but I want to use that grease. So this is my own take.
The bacon wasn't in any of the recipes you watched?
Oh yeah. I want to save the bacon, but I need to save that grease because we're going to go ahead and put the pierogi back in that grease again.
Throwing it.
Now, per the directions, it should take about 3 minutes. Once the pierogi starts bubbling up and it starts floating, we can take them out. So, okay, it looks like they are boiling. They look about ready. Once they start floating, they're good. And I go ahead and get your pierogies out. Make sure that you have your pan somewhat sprayed so that it doesn't stick, because we are. So these are out. We're going to go ahead and put these on the side, and our bacon is done. Keep your water warm because you're probably going to make another batch anyway. Put them over. They look absolutely delicious. I'm gonna go ahead and reheat the same pan that we did the bacon in, because the bacon is, look at that with the onions. I'm gonna use that bacon grease because the bacon grease has that butter in it already. I'm just gonna use a little bit of that. And then I'm going to put that bacon back in that dish so it keeps that great. Oh, presentation is everything. Ooh, do you want me to put a little dollop right in the middle? Ooh, doesn't it look pretty? I do only a few at a time. You don't want to overcook what you have, but you want to have a little bit of stir. Oh, Melanta, did you hear that? You hear that? Oh yeah, baby. Oh. Woohoo! Look at that crisp. I'm gonna crisp up a few of these, but just for shits and giggles, we're gonna keep a few of them that aren't, because we want to see what we feel is the best.
Oh yeah, baby. Look at this. Yeah, this is the way we roll.
Hey Google,
Get a nice.
how do you say hello in German?
In German, that's Hallo.
Thank you.
Keto people. We're gonna be playing. Break it down, break it down. Even white boys got your thing. Baby got back.
Here from Dusty Kitchen.
Cheers.
Good?
I'm bursting here.
Dougie's here. Okay.
Wait, can I help you out?
Sure. Put the rest of the scoops.
There you go.
Oh, for the love of God.
Ergonomic.
Rules of the house.
In the dip.
You guys try first. You know the rules of the house, and they are hot, and they are steamy, and they are ready. There's already sour cream. Okay, apparently Burson wants more sour cream. Thank you for helping us out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They are very hot. This is a traditional Polish dish.
Right there. You guys want to say anything while I got the camera going?
Pierogi!
Well, what do you think about it? I mean, how does it look? I mean, we watch a lot of videos. It took us a long time to do this. I mean, it's not as easy as what they stipulate, or it's just new, and we just, you know, anytime you have a new recipe, you just don't know what the setup is, what you need to use, what the timing is. So, I have to be honest, we started this at 5:30, but between waiting, hey, don't, I had to be watching you weirdo.
Hold on. Wow. What's that?
They're good? What does it remind you of? Anything, or? Well,
What does it remind me of? It reminds
I
me
mean,
of
why
pasta
is it so good?
Pasta, it's nice and warm.
Mhm.
You got the mashed potatoes and cheese.
Mhm.
The egg noodle wrap.
Mhm.
It's like a pot sticker with, mashed potatoes and cheese and bacon.
Alright.
Would you
Paige.
take a crisp one?
You just took one. Well, I did it both ways, so
Yeah.
everybody needs to try one that is like crisp and one that's not. So you're grabbing one that's not,
Yep.
and then grab one that is crisp. But we'll bake it on there. Okay, so that one's crisp. I want to know what the difference is between them. Because that's a huge debate within making pierogi, whether or not you have it just boiled or browned.
Then in case you want me to get out, I cut it in half.
Okay. Let me see what that looks like. It looks like everything's melted correctly. And again, we did the farmer's cheese. Okay.
This is what the inside of the fried one looks like.
I can see them.
Ooh.
I can see either way.
Mhm.
Crisped up or just boiled.
Alright. Now you gotta tell me what you think about which one. That one's the crisp or not crisp?
This is just the boiled.
Okay, boiled. Okay.
Really doughy.
Doughy?
Yeah. It reminds me of gnocchi. Like you get an Olive Garden or something, except it has potatoes in it.
Okay.
It has the same kind of flavor and consistency. So that's what that could easily
Like
be
a,
like
like a ravioli?
gnocchi.
Oh.
You know those? I think they have cheese in them. They
Okay.
just have the So that could easily be pounced off the ravioli.
Yeah.
Put some sauce
Finish
over
that.
that. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be really good.
So
Okay, now
this is
try one of the
fried.
crisp ones.
And for all you out there, I'm not a huge lover of pork. Every once in a while, I love bacon. So let me give it a shot here. But I'm not a huge lover, so I'm either gonna just try it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what you
cheers,
do.
sir.
You do what you want to do. I mean, it's just all about your flavor.
I actually like it with bacon better too.
The crisp.
That's a good bacon. That's not like cured bacon. It's
No,
not heavy.
yeah, it's not cured. It's not cured. Yeah, yeah. I got the non-cured bacon for that. So your preference, boiled or crisp?
I gotta go crisp just because crisp enough, you don't get the heavy dough chicken out.
Did you agree?
I agree.
Okay.
I didn't have it on.
Yeah. All right. So that's my turn. There's so much. Okay, there's so much. All right. So I have. Here's the ones on the bottom. These are the ones that are just boiled and they're not crisp. And I'm gonna get nice. Okay. And I'm going to use some nice sour cream on each one of these because it's not fair if you don't say okay.
Actually, I'm sour cream might also further help against that.
I'm thinking. I mean, I'm looking at. I think I'm leaning towards one fried ones, but. The boiled seems very generic. Yeah, it's like what you would get at a. I hate to say it like.
A restaurant pop sticker.
Yeah, it's like a restaurant style. I mean, the bacon's good. Yeah, I wouldn't say
Which
that.
one's more traditional, the boiled or the crispy?
Right. Well, no, that's what the Polish.
So that's
yeah.
the controversy. Whether it's just a boiled.
Yeah. Versus yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try the crispy. I like the crispy.
Boiled probably more healthy. What do you actually want?
Seriously.
That's the kitchen. Like cheese, bacon, and butter.
Yeah, I like the crispy better, but you know what is really good? There's something to this. I think you need a hint of like color. Or maybe some
Pickle jalapeno chopped up or
anything with a little bit of heat in it. Just slightly powder.
Yeah. Mild chili powder or kind of
Same.
mild chili powder maybe.
All in all, yeah. I mean, it's
I
not.
was thinking a little bit of Parmesan on the top.
Yeah. I mean, I like the yeah. When we crisp it, a lot better.